So it's not uncommon for people to think of meditation as a spiritual practice. And if they want to do that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But it's actually much more than just a spiritual practice. And also the word spiritual is a problem because different people have different definitions of what it means to be spiritual, what spiritual is. From a lot of perspectives, everything is spiritual. Sleep is a spiritual experience. Eating is a spiritual experience. You name it, it's spiritual. So I guess in that sense, you could say meditation is a spiritual practice. But at the same time, sleeping, eating, all those are also just scientific, physiological processes. And I think for a lot of reasons, we do well to think of meditation in that way. It's a scientific thing. It's a technique whereby we bring profound level of rest to the physiology. And that deep level of rest releases all the different stresses and strains in the physiology, the tensions in the psyche, the tensions in the tissues of the body. In sleep, we release some stress and we feel better. Through meditation, over time, even the deepest stresses and strains in the physiology can be released. And so it's a normalization process. Normal now meaning when the physiology is functioning optimally, the way it was designed to function, you could say, when all the stresses and strains are purified out. And there's tremendous, you can go online if you want and search meditation and science of meditation, physiology of meditation. There's all kind of research done on different kinds of meditation. But this particular meditation is a meditation that goes straight at the main purpose of meditation. There are meditations where you can control the mind, you can force the mind to function a certain way. But really the most profound meditation, unless you want to force your mind to focus, as some martial artists do. A lot of martial artists do meditations where they learn how to just control their mind. So that when they're in a fight or what have you, they're completely aware of what's going on. But that's not really the idea of a meditation whose purpose it is to just grow as an individual and blossom as an individual in all different aspects of life. And I mean all different aspects of life because when the physiology is rested, when the stresses and strains go away, you're better at school, you're better at your academics, you're better at focusing in the workplace, you're better at sports, you're better psychologically more healthy, all the different aspects of your life blossom. So the science of meditation, you can compare to like the science of watering the root of a plant. The whole plant flourishes, provided it's this kind of meditation that we're talking about, the Surya meditation, where the physiology just is naturally going into what's called the transcendental state, a meditative state. And in that state, all the impurities of physiology are released, and you rest into your own nature, your own sense of self. Sometimes they talk about a person's identity, and a lot of people have an identity crisis where, who am I? What am I? Am I a student, or am I a doctor, or am I a lawyer? Or what's my worth? What have I accomplished in life that gives my self-worth? And really, and if they don't have anything that they can cling to like that, they go into an identity crisis. But the real sense of self-worth, the real purpose of self-worth is if you can just rest into your own nature. It doesn't matter what's going on the surface. Feeling inside your own being, resting inside your own being, being comfortable with your own self, established within your own self. That's the place that lies beyond identity crisis. Because in a way, let's say you're hugely successful in whatever your endeavor is, business or what have you, and you cling to that, that's who I am. It's not who you are. And that's part of the ever-changing level of life, you see? And so you're hanging your hat on a card house if you rely on those superficial confirmations of you as a being of worth. You're a being of great worth. And it comes from resting in your own true nature that lies beyond anything that might be happening in worldly life, you see? That's the real science of meditation. That's what real meditation is really all about, becoming established in the grandeur of your own being and functioning from that place of profound self-worth, where the mind functions with infinite clarity. You're as intelligent and dynamic and resourceful as possible because all the stresses and strains and the physiology are being purified out, and you're not coming from that disturbed state. You're coming from the settled state of the grandeur of your own being. Okay?